Good evening. Welcome to the Monday, December 15th City Council meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of the Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1 is to make a motion to amend the agenda.
To actually remove the executive session.
To say, I'm
To
sorry,
remove the executive session.
to remove the executive session.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes from the December 1st meeting.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
Steve?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 3 is hearing and public concerns.
Council, tonight we have Dana Clerk visiting us from Toledo-Lucas County Port Authority. Dana, welcome to Bryan. If you would mind going to the podium and addressing council.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Dana Clark. I am the PACE Administrator with the Toledo-Lucas County Port Authority. Tonight I'm going to be presenting legislation for an improvement project located in Bryan. It's at 426 Lewis Avenue, and the project owners are utilizing the Toledo Port's Better Buildings Northwest Ohio financing program. We specifically finance at below market, long-term fixed rates, improvements to a commercial property that have an energy efficient component. So usually they'll request financing from us for things like roofing repairs, doors, windows, HVAC improvements, electrical upgrades, insulation, LED lighting, things like that. All of our programs are always in an effort to aid in economic development. So just a bit of background on my program. We have financed over 200 projects over the last 15 years. Over $65 million in financing. And when we have someone that comes to us and wants to utilize the program, obviously they've identified that their revitalization or repairs or construction of their facility has energy efficient components. They would benefit from the program. We partner with municipalities because the repayment on the loans is uniquely flows through special assessment on the real estate tax schedule. So we don't place a mortgage lien on the property, we place an assessment on the taxes, which allows us really to work well with other financing sources and programs and be able to be a partner in projects, again, to aid in economic development. So really the legislation that I'm presenting achieves that partnership between our program and the city of Bryan, also really at the county level because the assessment is placed at the county level, and the project owner that wants to seek utilization of the program. So I will just kind of give a real brief summary of what each of the 3 pieces are, but certainly I'm here to answer questions if you have any questions about what they're doing or how the program works. So the first document that I have is the resolution approving the petition for special assessment. Basically, it presents the legislation to ask the municipality to approve the special assessment for this specific project as a necessity for repayment on the loan. It also formalizes the participation of the city of Bryan in what we call Energy Special Improvement Districts, or ESIDs. We have another ESID that's already formed in Edon within Williams County. So what we're planning to do is take the existing footprint of the ESID and expand it more of a broader Williams County footprint. We just can't do that till we have a project sponsoring that expansion to allow that to happen. So we would take the existing Edon, make it Edon and Bryan, and then my next project that will close is in the village of Pioneer. So after these closings, then we would have Edon, Bryan, and Pioneer all represented in Williams County, and the ability to expand further than that if we found projects that would like to utilize the program in other communities here. The second piece of legislation is ordinance determining to proceed with acquisition, construction, et cetera. This document formalizes the participation of the municipality within that ESID and authorizes us to proceed with the energy improvement project. And then the last piece is the ordinance levying for special assessment, which just really formalizes us to go and place that line item on the real estate tax bill that would levy for special assessment as repayment on the loan. I try to be as brief as possible so I don't hold up the meeting, but I certainly am happy to answer any questions that anybody has. Anything? All right. Well, I really thank you. We've had some meetings and presentations talking about the project to make sure that everybody is familiar with things. At the mayoral level, John has helped me immensely with getting the documents in line and reviewed. So, and then we've had a lot of partnership with Williams County Economic Development. So we're very happy to have a presence here and be able to help in any way that we can. So if, there are ever projects that you think of that might be a fit, I'm always happy to talk and discuss that and see if it would be a good fit to utilize the program. And just want to say thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Dana, before you leave, the guy hiding in the back is Director of Utilities, Derek Schultz. So I know
Oh,
we've
nice.
all had conversations together, but I forgot to introduce you to him when he came in.
Okay, I will say hi. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Item number 4 is the clerk's treasurer's report.
Yes, council is in receipt of the normal monthly statements, financial statements, bank reconciliation, bank statements, et cetera, for the month ended November 30th, 2025. And there's nothing of any particular note for me to offer, but if you have any questions, I would entertain those now or anytime.
I'll move to approve. Second.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 5 is that a petition for special assessment.
Resolution number 45, 2025, approving the petition for special assessments for special energy improvement projects under Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 1710, approving the necessity of acquiring, constructing, and improving certain public improvements in the city of Bryan, Ohio, in cooperation with the Village of Edon, City of Bryan, Village of Pioneer Energy Special Improvement District, and declaring an emergency.
So council, this would go as the first of 3 documents Dana would need for us to pass this evening in order to move forward with that ESID district.
We need to suspend.
You do, sir.
Then I'd like a further explanation. I'm kidding. I appreciate your involvement in Williams County. Thank you very much for that. And I would move to suspend.
And I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Now move to approve.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 6 is determining proceed of acquisition, construction, improvement of certain public improvements in the city of Bryan.
Ordinance number 62, 2025, determining to proceed with the acquisition, construction, and improvement of certain public improvements in the city of Bryan, Ohio, in cooperation with Village of Edon, City of Bryan, Village of Pioneer Energy Special Improvement District, and declaring an emergency.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
And I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 7 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 63, 2025, levying special assessments for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, and improving certain public improvements in the city of Bryan, Ohio, in cooperation with Village of Edon, City of Bryan, Village of Pioneer, Energy Special Improvement District, and declaring an emergency.
I'll move to suspend.
Second.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Move to approve?
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 8 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 64, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the salary ranges and classifications in the compensation program for the city of Bryan, amending ordinance 53, 2024, and repealing any portion of the ordinances inconsistent therewith, and declaring an emergency. Let's see, so every year we ask that you pass an ordinance authorizing or approving the proposed wage adjustments for the upcoming budget. So bottom line on this ordinance is just about everything. All of the ranges in this ordinance have been adjusted by 4%. That conversation has happened with the wage committee and the budget committee. So non-bargaining across the board increase to these wage ranges is 4%. Just a footnote, the city has multiple bargaining units, and they are, they have their own wage increases that have been negotiated. I think for 2026, they all fall, including these, fall between 3 and 5%. Non-bargaining, as this ordinance addresses, 4% for 2026.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 9 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 65, 2025, an ordinance providing for annual appropriations for the city of Bryan for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2026, and declaring an emergency. Similar to the wage ordinance, the 2026 budget has been reviewed with both the budget committee and the wage committee. I have provided to the council a summary of some of the particulars of the budget, including the wage increases we just talked about, adjustments to the health insurance costs, the city's property and liability insurance. The total budget is a big number. It's $72 million thereabouts. But that's all the city operations, the utility operations. I should note a couple of things. Number one, that figure includes about $7 million that remains on completing the wastewater treatment plant project. And it includes a total of one-time transfers of about $4 million to accommodate or to accomplish closing the no longer used refuse and recycling fund and moving those funds to the appropriate place. And similarly for the communications and the communications capital funds in the at Bryan Municipal Utilities. Those funds are no longer operationally needed, but we have to allocate the balances in those funds to the appropriate place. And it's kind of a convoluted process of transferring money in and out to ultimately get to the final destination, but it's as prescribed by the ORC, how we transfer money. So 4 million of that, of the 72 million is that, and that'll go away when this is completed. And just for the record, because of the way our income tax is structured and the way we fund various aspects of the budget, we have transfers that are built into the budget every year. And if I take all those transfers plus what we just talked about, it's about $14 million worth of transfers that aren't really expenditures. So in theory, you could take this $72 million budget and it's more like a $58 million operating budget, for the record. That's all I'm going to provide tonight unless you have any other specific questions on the budget itself.
I don't have any questions. I have some comments I want to make. This process is a tedious one for everyone, starting, John, with you, your staff, the mayor, and all the department heads, and goes to the budget committee. of which I appreciate a great deal. And I just want to say thank you, because this process usually starts around October-ish, I think. And it's not it seems like it's taking 5 to 10 minutes here. Folks, it ain't even close. You're talking about hundreds of hours of time at all levels for this to come to fruition. And John, I really appreciate your summation as to the budget numbers and what's actually included as it relates to the transfer amount. I think that's an excellent point. I ask this every year. When I'm on the budget committee, I ask it. So the people on the budget committee, it's the same question I have each year. Are you satisfied with the department budgets, both as a necessary and an appropriate amount? That's a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Because that's important for me, that process was a good one with good people, and I want to thank you again for that. Unless there's other discussions, I'll move to suspend. Other comments, I don't want to rush it.
I was going to ask about, because it's a hot topic for a lot of organizations, healthcare. Any significant adjustments there or increase in costs that we're anticipating, expecting?
So our health insurance, I don't know the history and I can't explain why, but our plan year runs September 1 to August 31st. And so we get we go through the process of soliciting quotes for the upcoming plan in August. It takes effect September 1. That increase going into the last 4 months of this year and the first 8 months of next year was a 5% increase, which was the best we've seen in a few years. We actually had a relatively good claims year for that preceding period. So yeah, we're used to seeing 8, 10, 12% increases. 5 was a good number. We have in a couple of years past, but in the current year, we did not make any structural changes to, say, the percentage of the contribution that employees pick up themselves. That remained the same as the prior year. No significant plan changes. Again, we did several things a year ago that I'd have to kind of revisit my list to see what those were, but yeah.
Yeah, we did changes in drug prescription and the group that held that. We also added increased deductible and co-pays for the employees, as well as their monthly amount increasing a little bit. So that was 2 years ago, which I think is why, because we were aggressive then, we aren't seeing, like, some communities are seeing a 40% increase if you've read the papers. So, but also I think that timing, for whatever reason, because it makes budgeting a nightmare, but our calendar year for them runs September. So we've already passed it for the next several months.
Thanks.
And the only other thing I would add is that when we see, say, a 10% increase, we ask the employees to absorb a 10% increase in their contribution as well. So that is, the increase is shared, but it's perfectly proportional.
Just glad it wasn't 10%.
We are too.
Thank you. Appreciate it, John.
I believe I moved to suspend. If there's no other questions.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 10 is an ordinance establishing the pay rate scale for seasonal workers in the Parks and Recreation.
John, do you want to number and read real quick?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Just waiting for Ben. Ordinance number 66, 2025, ordinance establishing the pay rate scale for seasonal workers in the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Bryan, making it effective January 1, 2026, and rescinding ordinance number 54, 2024.
Thank you. Good evening, council.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In front of you, you should have our annual update to our seasonal part-time staff pay ranges. We do this annually simply for the fact of the minimum wage continues to go up, so therefore we need to adjust our scale accordingly to the minimum wage rate. So that's what you see in front of you.
I just have three quick, easy questions, actually. What were the rates last year then different, based on what you just said, like that $11 an hour?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The $11 an hour, that is a minimum wage job, so every time the minimum wage changes, so then we change the rest of our scale accordingly to keep everything kind of in line with that minimum wage and kind of years of experience.
And I also ask this question of you every year. Are we able to fill these positions at those rates?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. The reason I ask it annually is because that's important to make sure you're not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a helpful question, not a.
Yep. Nope.
All right. And I do want to say, I really like the incentive pay piece. I do have a couple questions on section 4. All employees will have the opportunity to earn an extra 10 cents completing the 4 tasks. If the employee completes all 4, they can earn an extra 40 cents per hour. Is that like at the end of the summer?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
thank
We get
you.
to the end of the summer and Bruce puts together a spreadsheet. And just, if you get a mark by your name for that particular one, you get 10 cents. And then we take your total number of hours times the 40 cents. We started that program many, many years ago when we were struggling to get lifeguards. We were trying to be more competitive and try to attract more kids to be lifeguards. And so we introduced that incentive program and have stuck with it ever since.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. It says meet or exceed attendance requirements, which are what? Is it like you gotta?
So we set a number of hours when we get to the end of the year, and we can't put that stuff in there because of weather. We don't know how many
Sure.
days we're going to be open, things like that. We get to the end of the year, and then we'll determine how many hours we've been open, and then we kind of just set a gauge as to, how.
Like
Yeah.
5% missed?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all I have
Yep.
then, thank you.
Yep.
Well, I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
John?
Yes,
and Mary?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
And I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
and Mary?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Item number 11 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 67, 2025, an ordinance authorizing E-Tree Foundry LLC, a Florida limited liability company, access to certain city property to begin preliminary work on a new solar field for the Bryan Municipal Utilities.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
This ordinance is related to the proposed 3.5 megawatt solar array that would be constructed on the wastewater treatment plant campus. The ordinance requests that council authorize the mayor to approve and execute the waiver of liability and the hold harmless agreement with E-Tree Foundry. E-Tree was selected through a formal RFP process as the preferred developer for the solar field, and that was approved by the Board of Public Affairs. So really, to advance the project, E-Tree is requesting access to the site temporarily, up to 90 days, to perform pre-construction activities, surveying, soil sampling, environmental site assessment. So under the agreement, E-Tree would assume all risk associated with accessing the site. They would release and waive any claims against the city. They would agree to indemnify and hold the city harmless. They're also required to maintain the appropriate insurance coverage. So happy to take any questions, but essentially allowing them on the site to do their due diligence work.
Is this an expansion then of what we currently have?
So
Or
this is new. It would be on property that's owned by, well, the city, but it's wastewater treatment property that we don't need to use. So it would be a totally different solar field.
Okay.
Sorry, Derek, I
No, that's okay.
just used to answering questions.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes,
And Mary?
Yes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Steve?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Derek. does that get scanned
Item number
on you?
12, an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 68, 2025, an ordinance to adopt a cybersecurity program and declaring an emergency.
Hey, that's me, sorry. So council, under House Bill 96 that was passed this year through the legislature, every city in the state of Ohio is required by January 1 to adopt a cybersecurity policy that safeguards the data, the systems, and these resources are here to ensure confidentiality, availability, and integrity. So this, I think, was reaction because some of the communities, probably much larger than us, a couple of them have been in ransomware situations. So this policy is to be kept confidential. It is something we're not releasing to the public because obviously if the public gets access to it, they're gonna know exactly how to beat our game. This is something that we give a lot of credit to BMU's IT department and Mr. Leonard. They have been working on this for several months. And the policy you have is somewhat of a blanket policy. There are more details that we are working in on the inter-department management level of who's the point of contact for this, who's doing this, if this happens. Those are things that we have until, I think, January 30th to develop, and things that probably only the council president will see if we're actually in that kind of emergency where we're pulling out our in case of emergency contact plan. So we hope we never need it. But again, this is a requirement that we have to have passed and council has to adopt for every city in the state. And much appreciation to Cody Heath, Raymond, Joe, and John Leonard for working through this program.
I have a memory recall question. In the third paragraph, it talks about, whereas council having reviewed the recommendation of the city's IT personnel, the city hereby adopts the CIS critical controls. Did we review that, or is this
This is
document?
it. This right here that came in your packet is the
That's what I
document.
thought.
And media,
Wanted
I'm
to
really
confirm.
sorry you don't get it, but that is part of the rule. I mean, I'll let you look at it if you don't take any pictures.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that
I
was
thought
it.
it was, but I wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Sure, it's something new. You should ask questions, for sure.
I'll move to suspend.
Second,
Jim?
Yes.
John?
yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes. Item number 13 is an ordinance. John, please number and read.
Ordinance number 59, 2025, an ordinance approving the collective bargaining agreement between the International Union of Police Associations and the City of Bryan governing patrol officers in the Bryan Police Department.
Council, we have recently negotiated with patrol and sergeants. We'll deal with detective and patrol officers first. We were able to get a pretty solid contract. There were several days' discussion, and there were a few incentives on college degrees that were increased a little bit. The shift differential went from 50 cents to 75 cents, so those are people working second and third shift. SRT will receive a 3% bonus or 3% increase while performing the duties that are not included, or not including training. We did increase the clothing allowance. It says in the contract we increased it to $1,000, but we actually, it was a total of $100 increase because there was $400 that they, I'm gonna say this wrong, I think, but there was $400 they get, and then there was $500 that we make them receipt out, like they would buy things, or we would buy things for them out of this account, whether it be, you know, a new gun holster or things like that. So the increase itself was only $100 in total, but what we are doing is we're giving that all to them now, correct? Or no, it's actually staying as a balance under a line item in the PD. They will send the receipt and get reimbursement in. We did add something, both clauses. If we ever have an officer that's killed in the line of duty, they will receive 100% of their sick balance, no matter how long they've worked here. We just felt that was really important, that if that would happen in the course of the job, there's no question as to how that gets paid out. On a 3-year scale, increases were 4%, 4%, and 3%. So I felt like we had really good cooperation from the union. Appreciated the negotiations with that. Certainly want to thank Mr. Hoopy for chairing that committee and for asking Mr. Kozenfleck to help. And Chief, thank you, John, as always, and HR Director Tricia Lyons, who couldn't make it tonight. Do you guys have any questions about the detective and patrol contract that will run for 3 years?
Are we pretty well, filled
Yes.
position-wise? I believe that's what I thought. I remember hearing that. So this should help retain as well, would you say? Would agree with that?
Yeah, you're remaining competitive.
Yeah,
Surrounding.
that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. I would move to suspend.
And I'd second.
John,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Move to approve?
I'll second.
Rick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Item number 15 is setting the dates and times for council meetings for 2026.
Nope, you
you
skipped,
skipped.
ma'am. We're on number
14.
Sorry.
14.
Number 14.
Number 14, sorry,
That's
number
okay,
14.
That's okay.
There's a lot here.
Would you,
I'd
number
like
and
to
read?
call for an impeachment.
Hey, it's my
Listen,
last one.
She's staying, that's not, I
No,
don't know what's
that's
gonna
part of the
happen, 'cause
joke.
you're staying till the first week of January.
Yeah, I got to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Ordinance number 70, 2025, an ordinance approving the collective bargaining agreement between the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association and the City of Bryan governing sergeants in the Bryan Police Department.
And Mary, just so you know, I'm holding your plaque hostage until that next meeting.
Okay.
So you're kind of in. Regarding the sergeant's contract, the change in credits for associates, bachelors, and masters is matching the patrol and detective. Shift differential was also increased from that 50 to 75 cents. OPATA certified officers that are doing training for our employees, they're going to get an additional 10% of their wage. That is something that's helpful to us. We're not actually going out on the market and paying someone full-time from OPATA to come train our officers. Clothing allowance and sick balance for killed in the line of duty also. There is a little adjustment in the wages that's different, and it's because we had to worry about that compression. Nobody wants a sergeant and a top patrolman making the same amount. There's just a lot more obligation and responsibility for the sergeants. So that is why they increased over 3 years. For 2026, it's 4.5%. 2027 is 4.4% to keep them in that 12% ratio. And then 2028 is 3.5%. So those look different, and it is very specific, and it was because we were avoiding that compression issue that happens with top-tier officers versus maybe a second-year sergeant that hasn't been with the department for 25 years. We had to make sure that that was equitable to be someone that is creating that kind of supervision and handling that responsibility.
I'll move to suspend.
I'll second.
John,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Move to approve?
I'll second.
Rick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Now we can go on to number 15, set and time and dates of council meeting for 2026.
That's right. So council, typically, our council meetings are at 5:30 on the first and third Mondays of the month. Obviously, we make concessions of those 4 holidays. This year's the holidays involved would be Martin Luther King Day, Labor Day, and then our observed Ready, Set, Relax. So those right now are the only scheduled Tuesday meetings. Those will take place again at 5:30 on the first and third Tuesdays instead of the first and third Mondays of the month. You can go ahead and approve that. We'll be set for next year's schedule.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Rick,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 16 is fire department's fund. Fire dependents fund. I even have my glasses on, I'm screwing it up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Once again, it's time for that annual approval of the committee that we hope we never need. Those of you that have agreed to serve on it, I appreciate that again. And you should have a letter before you with all names of our board members. And simply ask you to approve this so I can submit to the state and keep us in compliance.
Since I'm on it, I'll move to approve.
And I'll second.
John,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Number 17 is Police Dependents Fund.
Evening, council.
Good evening.
I will ditto what the fire chief said. I just appreciate you guys to approve this, and again, hopefully, we never need it.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 18 is appointment for Williams County Port Authority.
Council, it's that time of year again. We did have Joe Kimball, who expired, and he has agreed to serve as a City of Bryan seat for the Williams County Port Authority for an additional 8 years. Very happy to have him. Joe brings a lot of experience from his previous jobs, especially in the bond structure and things that the Port Authority is starting to dive into. So with your permission, we'd like to reappoint Joe for an 8-year term.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Rick and Steve.
Rick,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes,
And from over here, you two sound very similar, right, John? Steve and Rick?
I'll do this first. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm unique, though.
You are? No, the other three, we can totally tell the difference, but for some reason, I don't know if it's where the direction or what. So for planning and zoning, Rob Roy has served the city for a number of years, and his term has expired, and I, want to thank Rob for his years of service on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd recommend and ask that you appoint AJ Novacek for the 6-year term commencing January 1.
I'll approve.
I'll second.
Steve,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
yes,
Okay, and the next one is the Civil Service Commission. As you may or may not know, that consists of 3 members from the public. One must be a Republican, one must be a Democrat, the other one can be either or independent, but that is set up to be a nonpartisan board that way. They have all the discussion regarding, anything going on with hiring in the police and fire, any kind of discipline. John Drennan served for a number of years, very grateful for his service, but I am recommending that Bruce Siders be appointed to the Civil Service Commission in his place for a term of 6 years.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
and Mary.
yes.
We're getting there.
Then item number 21 is EMS discussion.
Yeah, and I just want a point of order, especially with the media here, I would like to put on record that I was incorrect. I know I said I was guessing when you asked about the warranty for a brand new. I was guessing that it would be 3 to 5, and it is actually 1, just like the refurbished. So I'm gonna let Chief continue that conversation because he had a little more detail than I had that evening.
Okay, several things going, so I will start with just the monitor that we're talking about. It's referred to as a cardiac monitor, but it does a lot of other things. There are blood pressure taken, in-title CO, sort of a lot of other things that are beyond the pacing and the monitoring of heart that are done as part of that. Part of what we're looking at with this is to make us with compatible equipment for every other ambulance that's out there. So it doesn't matter which squad comes in, if we would start and apply and start using that piece of equipment, if one of the other life squads comes in or a paramedic that is on call shows up, they're familiar with the equipment, it's exactly what they're using. We don't have to take it off, swap equipment to put them into an ambulance to send them with someone else. They can use that piece. We'll simply swap monitors for the time being till they get to the hospital, and then we'll swap back. So the idea is to keep us completely compatible with the items that are currently being used. The other issue with used versus, or refurbished versus new, this particular model is in its midlife. It is got an end date that Stryker is already talking about. They have a new model out, and that's part of the reason the refurbished ones are available. They're starting to swap them out with some of the bigger cities that are out there, bigger departments. Williams County is going to continue using the one they have for the short-term foreseeable future until they get to the point of replacement or necessity of replacement. And we will replace all at the same time. So it doesn't make sense to buy something that has a life of 7 to 10 years when really it's only going to probably last somewhere between 3 and 5. And this refurbished model, good as new, it's just been brought back in, recalibrated. It has no difference in it other than it's refurbished. And it will be 100% like what's being used elsewhere. Any questions with
Costs,
this? Costs. So bottom line, which is always the thing to look at with this, the new was $52,734.19. The refurbished is $21,673.16.
But we get the same warranty length.
1-year warranty, yes. And all the service, it is the same equipment. It is exactly what the rest of Williams County EMS is currently carrying on their ambulances.
So if we bought a new one, it'd be different than.
It would be, well, if we bought a new one, it would be the same model that they're using.
Okay.
But realistically, it has a lifespan of 3 to 5 years.
Got it.
So in about
it's-
3 to 5 years, the county is likely going to have to get new heart monitors just because of the end of life and not being able to replace parts.
Sure.
So if we get one that's gonna last us 10 to 15, it may still not be good because we're gonna need to match whatever the county would go with in that long-term process.
That's helpful information.
Yeah, that was information we
Yeah,
did
that-
not have at the last meeting.
No.
It makes the refurbished seem
Yeah, I
worse,
mean,
makes more sense.
yes, evolution happens with information. If you can't evolve with new data and information, you're an idiot, in my mind. So that's very helpful. Help me with one last, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense to go to refurbished. Oh, you like that part about being an idiot?
Yeah. You don't like that, yeah.
You are. I've always done it this way, I'm gonna keep doing it this way, whatever. You're an idiot. Now, when you've got information that shows this is better. So I'm good with that. Help me, if you don't have it, give me your best guess. How often is this used? Like, I don't know, percent-wise or runs. We do 20 runs a month, and 3 times we generally use. Are you with me? You don't need to give me.
Understand that, and it is dependent more on the type of call, but I wish it was just 20 runs a month. It's more like 5 a day is about where we're at. How many would we actually use the monitor on?
Yeah.
If we are first in, which isn't happening, again, a lot of time of day
I'm
there.
with you.
So we might be at a 20 the month where we're actually the first in. Of those, probably half, we could at least start applying the monitor. If it's something that is cardiac related, chest pain, it's more likely to get used quicker. But if it's any kind of respiratory distress or any kind of patient care where we're going to need a longer assessment on scene, more of medical, more so than trauma. And we tend to put those monitors on to collect data because we do one blood pressure. If we do it manual, we've got to turn around and do another one in 5 to 10 minutes. Where this is an automatic, it will continue to do that as we need to. Right now, with any respiratory treatment that we have some equipment that we can use in certain conditions that will give us what's called end-tidal CO, which helps us understand how the breathing's going on. There are certain treatments, we actually have to have that in place to be able to provide those medications. We don't have that for all of those right now because we're not using a specific piece of equipment. The equipment that we have, the little monitor, will not work on those circumstances. If a paramedic comes in, they need that monitor in place. And some of the really busy times when we get caught, we may have an on-duty paramedic coming in that's meeting up with us. If we don't have that monitor, there are a lot of procedures that they cannot do because they don't have the right tools on site. It could be anything from looking at tracings of heart rhythm. It could be those end-tidal CO2s. There are some protocols that require that the monitor be in place for them to administer certain medications. So it takes away some of our capability. Even if it's 1 in 20, that one might be a breathing difficulty that we can't administer medication because we don't have that monitor in place.
Well, that's very helpful. And since I was the one that brought up the question of do we really want refurbished versus new, to show the world I am not an idiot, I would suspend first.
You actually just need to give us a recommendation because we had
You
you
have-
approve that 27,000
That's what I
appropriated.
saw on there, so you just need.
We just need you to recommend that we buy the refurbished as a motion.
I will motion that we recommend that we buy the refurbished.
I'll second.
Is that good enough for you, Mr. Leonard? Great.
John?
Yes.
Steve?
Yep.
Jim?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
And Mary?
Yes.
Okay. Just as further discussion of that, we do have currently an MOU that we're reviewing, hope to have early next
Next
month that
meeting
will
for you.
formalize everything that we're talking about and have been talking about. This is a continuing model. We've learned a lot over the last 7 months, 8 months as it's been. There's some things that we have made modifications because we found they weren't working. Some of our time structures, we were better able to support their operations. Some days we could run far into the night, and it just depends on when they get busy. They've been hit 8 o'clock at night, and we've been able to support that.
Well, I
We appreciate that.
Your information. It's very helpful in garbage in, garbage out. I get good information, generally make good decisions. And probably the biggest piece that put me over the hump, I don't know about my fellow council members, was I can do math fairly quick. And to pay 21,000 versus 52, when we're gonna have to pretty much ditch the 52 in 2.5 years, doesn't make a lot of sense to me economically. So thank you for your information.
Okay. Any other questions with EMS? And a lot of data there, there's a lot to sort through. We're still getting paged because the paging protocols are what they are. Changing that has been different. So just because someone hears this page doesn't mean we went to that response, especially the nursing homes. We listen very close, so we try to pick up the things that we know they're going to need help with. When they say trauma, usually it means somebody fell and they're going to need help lifting. We know that. We try to go to those. If they say it's medications that are out or some blood test, we're not going to do anything for them. We let the Life Squad show up and take care of those.
Well, I know there's been some public inquiry about this proposal and about our involvement as a city, period. And I just want to say that I appreciate those inquiries, and especially Mayor Schlage's professional and, in my opinion, clear, concise, and complete response.
I did have some help from the chief. We got together with that data.
See, I'm trying to help
No,
you
that's
here.
very nice, but the chief and I got the data together and then
Both of you did an excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing else.
Thank you, Mr. Betts.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. That concludes the items on the agenda. We'll go around the room. Mayor, do you have anything?
I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think it's been a great year in the city, and I look forward to working with all of you. in 2026. Very much appreciate Mr. Leonard and all of our department heads and staff in the city. Again, we wouldn't be able to do the things we do here if they weren't out doing the work every day. So I appreciate them and their dedication to the community, also for all the work and hours that have been put in to make sure that there's not a right before New Year's Eve meeting, so that Bryan, so you can be a Napoleon if you want. Thank you.
Thank you. John?
Nothing else, unless you want to go through the 120-page budget, page by page or something.
Next.
How many times have we done that? It's been a few.
Department heads?
Merry Christmas.
I know Ben's got something.
Ben's got something. Happy little news, Ben.
Just wanted to get council up to speed that on Friday, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources announced their Nature Works grants for the state of Ohio. And we were fortunate enough to be chosen for the grant recipient for Williams County. Nature Works is a 75-25 grant. The portion from the state is $23,128. So in the year 2026, we'll be working towards a pavilion that will be located at Lincoln Park. So if you hadn't seen the press release, we were trying to wait till we got the grant agreement. We have not received that yet from the state, but I know the Times is getting ready to run an article, and there was a press release by the state, so I didn't want you guys to get caught off guard. So I wanted to make sure you were aware from us that we are the grant recipient for Williams County and are really looking forward to the Nature Works project.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good to hear.
Yes, congratulations.
And also, tomorrow is Brian's birthday, and the next day is Ben's birthday, so if you want to walk out in the elevator and sing happy birthday, they would all hate it, but.
You want us to
Yeah.
sing right here? We could sing right here.
Sure.
We're out of here.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
Newspapers, anything?
Good. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
With that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes.